Hi guys, welcome to the Solution Architect channel, and today we're going to talk about Visual Studio Code, what it is, how to install it, and also what other IDEs you can use. I think personally this is one of the best IDEs out there for beginners. If you want to be, there is other IDEs out there for more advanced programmers, but if you're starting out, I think this is probably the best IDE out there. So let me start. So what is Visual Studio Code? So Visual Studio Code is a code editor that a programmer can use to write code. It is a friendly user interface. It also allows you to run and debug your code. It also has a connection to source control, and it supports multiple languages. It is free and open source IDE, and that's why I say that this is probably one of the best to use, because it's open source, it's free, and it's supported by the community. It can be used for private use or commercial use. It runs on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Okay, so what languages does Visual Studio Code support? There's multiple languages. I'm just going to bring it up to the screen. You can see there is a lot of languages. I'm very sufficient in C#. I can also program in C++. I've done a little bit of Java. I could do HTML and JavaScript. I used JSON files before. I played around a little bit of PHP. I can use PowerShell. I've done a module in my MSc for server programming in Python. But I'm going to focus on C#. So what other IDEs are out there that you can use? It also depends on what language you choose. So for Microsoft, they've got Visual Studio IDEs. They've got a Community Edition, which is free. They've got a Professional and Enterprise Edition, which comes with much more functionality. These IDEs support multiple languages, such as C#, C++, HTML, JavaScript, Python, R, Node.js, and many more. It also supports out-of-the-box cloud development for Azure. If you want to do cloud development, it supports creating mobile and gaming applications, and it runs on Windows and Mac. Now for Java developers, they prefer Eclipse IDE. I think there is a few other IDEs out there for Java, but Eclipse is the free one. It was built specifically to support J2EE. It supports multiple languages such as Java, JavaScript, C++, PHP, Rust, and many more. It is, like I said, it's free and open source, and it runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So let me show you now how to download and install Visual Studio Code. So here is the link, code.visualstudio.com. If you click on that, it will open up your browser. So you will see here there's download for Windows. You can also, if you click here, you can download for Mac OS if you run a Mac, or if you run Linux, you can download it there. There's also instructions in there how to use it from command line. I have installed it on Linux before and used it there, so it works perfectly there. We're going to do Windows. I've got a Windows 10 machine. So you click on the stable one. That will automatically download. Just want to go to correct one, downloads there, save. Now obviously I've already installed Visual Studio Code on my PC. So when it's done, you can just open it. And I've already installed it, so it's probably going to just run through it, but you can just click next, accept the agreement, say next, Visual Studio Code, next. You can create a desktop icon if you want to. I'm just going to do this straight. Don't do anything, don't make any changes, just install. And you can see it's starting installing. I have installed it already, like I said, but it's in a different space, and then you can launch it. Have a look after you've launched Visual Studio Code, and in the next video I will show you how to create your first application using Visual Studio Code. So please subscribe and look out for the next video. There's much more to come. We're going to go through different types of applications that you can write in Visual Studio Code. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and click the notification button.